Culture is not your friend. That's the final conclusion.
Your behaviors, you don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
All the satisfactions now come from the ads, not the products.
There is an idea around that sometime in your mid-20s you mature, then you are a fully mature human being. This is obviously not true. You're still a puppet of culture. The maturation process goes on into the 30s and 40s. If you live that long, what you should end up being, an independent person, free of ideology, consumer fetishism, pathological attachments to other people, codependent relationships. These are all things which people in their 20s are just beginning to encounter as possibilities.
And those people being warehoused and hooked up to the TV in the burbs didn't find this out in time. I don't think it's always been like this. I think culture has always been somewhat unfriendly to the individual, but it's only within the 20th century that all this has been understood explicitly, and some people have set out to use these facts against the rest of us. Modern advertising. The impulse of advertising is to inform you of what is available in the marketplace. Seems a harmless and reasonable thing. You should know what is available in the marketplace. Then comes the psychology of advertising. And then this is to pick your pocket and make you buy things whether you need them or not, by, first of all, inculcating in you a feeling of helplessness and inferiority. Unless you drive this car, wear these shoes, this cologne. You diminish the customer in order to aggrandize the product. Customer is a human being. The product is a thing. Ungratified desire. Even if you buy the $12,000 car, the $75,000 car would make you so much happier. And of course, true ecstasy is the $200,000 car. So there's no satisfaction, no limit. The media was assumed to educate and inform the citizens so that rational decisions could be made. Now it's to distort, manipulate, delude, and mislead. The reason people fetishize objects is because they have no accessible dimension of inner worth. They feel worthless without the Ferrari and the cuisine art and whatever this object is that they're into. You cannot escape the media, you cannot escape the internet, you cannot escape our dilemma. You have two choices. You can consume or you can produce. That's it. And the people who consume are lost souls, and we all consume. And in those moments when we consume, we are lost souls. We need to produce, and what we produce is art.
We are anesthetized. We are a world dying under anesthesia for lack of authentic experience, authentic connection with the living world out of which we came. The techniques of capitalism are to use advertising to spread discontent. They are selling you something you don't already have. Discontent is the obvious way to move you to make that purchase. So you're constantly being bombarded with images of your own inadequacy unless you have the correct running shoes, German automobile, or a house in the country.
There are healing images. You can heal your body and your mind through the images that you hold in your head. If there are healing images, there are destroying images. There are sickening images. There are toxic images. Our cultural myopia is culturally induced. People are not naturally as stupid as we seem to be. We're dealing with engines of manipulation and suasion that have studied us with greater care than we would wish to imagine, in order to attain certain ends not necessarily friendly to you. The purpose of capitalism is to imprint its products in your mind, and shock is an excellent way to do it. The two areas where, as a primate, sex and violence, these themes for commercial purposes are just played like crazy. It's a meme war. It's a struggle over how shall the world be seen and felt. And as long as you're just consuming the memes coming down through the toxic distribution system, you're a victim.
I do urge you to disperse your money and attention with extreme miserliness when people start telling you they have the answers. Part of growing up is to live without answers.
Watching is an incredibly disempowering thing. Millions of people live half-awake, larval lives, watching 6.5 hours a day.
6 hours and 7 minutes daily.
Stay in their homes, shopping by phone. Everybody is happy, but they participate not at all in the society. They're the marks, and they consume. They consume
a consumer. I watch TikTok.
the clothes, the styles, the brands. We're the people who grind out all this stuff. Do not watch, because when you're watching, you're not at the center of things. Reclaiming experience. This is what's been taken from us. You know, you are not owned. It is not he or she or them or it that you belong to. And we have been told that we have to fit in. We have to make sense. This is not true. We are the best evidence there is that something extraordinarily unusual is happening on this planet. There is no going back. There is no going back from the momentum that history has imparted to the human imagination. There is only a going forward into what is called a forward escape through art, through design, through management and integration. We have to push the art pedal to the floor. We have never designed our societies. We have never managed our societies or our lives. We have never tried to make what we were serve an aesthetic agenda. And that's why we've created a mess.
What it means, the felt presence of immediate experience, is a kind of empowering of yourself as a producer rather than a consumer of experience. Don't allow yourself to be cast in the role of spectator, of voyeuristic spectator. Through film and photography, this voyeurism has been empowered. It's actually a kind of technological fetish, or a fetish which technology has permitted. You want to participate and act, and you have to think about it from your own perspective, and what is it doing for you, and does it serve, does it not serve? I mean, I was horrified to see that ad, Allen Ginsberg wore khakis. Did you see that? And this is the guy who wrote fiery attacks on Mammon and said he'd seen the best minds of his generation destroyed by madness, dragging themselves hysterical naked through the Negro streets looking for an angry fix. From that to a khaki ad?